are not your slaves, and you will be defeated.
Alright, and I'm back for the second half. I'm going to go ahead and try to run through these real quick. This will probably be a shorter episode than the other halves. Some people may or may not know, I'm sure there's other websites that are carrying this, but there is also right out now a petition to stop the fairness doctrine, and there's up to 78,000 signatures on it already. I've already done it for myself also, and it is on dailynetnews.com. Article should be up there. I'll give you the whole website, all that. So encourage you guys also to go ahead, sign up for it. You don't have to get the email updates or whatever if you do not want to. Just to go ahead and sign your name to that, saying yeah, you would like to still hold on to your freedom of speech, your First Amendments and things, because it would suck to actually have those taken away from us. And we got another article here. It's French protests. So we've got people doing all kinds of things all over, waking up, being active, doing things, and it's not just here in our country, it's going global. We got our global movement counteracting their elitist global movement now, and it's amazing. I love that. So there's a French protest out there. This is done from March 19th, and the employment rate right there is said to be, just as far as the news tells you what it is, but it says the employment rate there right now is 8.8%. And the article says there was up to 3 million people, and the media and the news, well, not actually the news reporters, but the police that were on hand, they lower that estimate. They kind of like halved it. They said it was like 1.2 million. But the people that did the article said actually it was more likely more than that. They said up to 3 million people hit the streets to protest. It's against their government. They want the government to change its economic, social, and fiscal policies. And one person in the interview said, that it's likely that if they're ignored, that it'll get even bigger as far as the amount of the people that they're going to have in the protest. So if the police on the street safely estimated it as like 1.2 million, everybody else there in attendance would claim that to be more like 3 million people that were there. Still a million people in the street, peaceably assembling and protesting, dissatisfaction with their government. I mean, you can't really ignore that one. That's great that they did that. I applaud them for their efforts to try and do something positive that needs to be done. And that's kind of like what our Tea Parties are doing here in the States. We're doing that. And just another real quick small article, and that'll be it for this episode. And like I say, I'll be posting anything for about a week because I got a lot of things to do. I got to take care of stuff. So everybody, or not everybody, but some people might know we had Z-Day back March 15th. That guy who did the Zeitgeist movies was doing that. So that launched March 15th apparently, and now blowing up all over videos of Google, YouTube, other places. They actually now have a Zeitgeist movement video, like an introduction to brainwashing. Now, I've watched a large portion of this, and I'll agree with what a lot of other people say about this. It comes off as a bunch of New World Order propaganda. It's warm, it's mushy, let's everybody love each other, which is not in all a bad idea, but the way they present it is everybody's one global family, we should all be a global family, and let's all work towards that. With the same, basically, kind of ideas that the elite want to put through, but they just, they put a different cover on the book, but every page is still read the same way. And some people can easily get fooled into it and pulled into it, because I know that there was clips of Alex Jones that was spliced into to one of his movies, and then after it was already done, then they asked him to use it. I mean, they're really slick with the propaganda that they're trying to pull out. Now, I can't say specifically, I'm gonna pull out some proof in saying that the people who worked on these films or were interviewed for them are working with the elitist. I can't say yes or no on that. I'll give my opinion on it. That they are, some way, shape, or form, they are, let's say, in cahoots with those people. Because anybody who's trying to push the same agenda as those guys have to be doing something with them in bed together. But the people who are out there with like a good truth movement, waking people up, and they're not against people coming together, but they're against that tyranny and the losing of rights and sovereignty and the destruction of like humanity and life itself. I mean, the anti-truth movement, the global elitist type movements, they'll put it out there like, yeah, you can come together to have a global atmosphere, it's all warm and lovely, but it's kind of like, at what price? And it's not quality and quantity measured right there, because it's not any type of life once all those things go through. And for somebody to not grasp that, I just say, I don't know, try to give them as much information as you can, but don't overwhelm them all at once, because it could be overwhelming when you pull the wool back from the eyes. And it'll be a kid in a candy store. They'll want to go out there and try to grab everything on the shelf and get a taste of it, and some things they might like the taste of, some things they might not, which truth hurts, yeah. But they might get a taste of the zeitgeist thing and be really liking to it and try to get involved in that, and can almost be brainwashed in that same format. It's a free think thing. Don't be pulled into like a society of, like, we have people who went like overboard gaga for the whole Obama thing. Now some of them, that's worn off. The rest of them will fight tooth and nail for that belief and ride it all the way till it crashes and burns. Same thing's probably going to go along with this zeitgeist movement. Some people probably have already waken up from that and said, you know what, this is actually, no, that's not going to work, that's not good. So just keep an eye out for that, because there are some people that will put out things that you should know about, should be listening to and researching, all that. Other people, like a lot of people say, it's disinformation. It's put out there to put other people off, and I'm definitely not going to try to do that. So, go ahead, do your research thing, and hope you guys joined in and enjoy the episodes, and I'll try to come back with more as soon as I can. Have a good one.